So today is a very special vlog. I just received my first 2 author copies of my children's book. So this is the first book that I've ever published. Not the first book that I wrote. I have like other books and stuff, but this is just the first one that I published. And that's me, that's my name. This is the book. It's called Lisa and Jay Begin to Grow. It's pretty much a children's book about puberty. I would say the ages is like 12 through 14, 12 through 13-ish. And yeah, you know, it's about Lisa and Jay. They're like best friends, right? And Lisa, you know, she's going through some stuff with puberty. And then Jay is like, what the heck is going on? You know, I've never seen nothing like this. By the way, Lisa and Jay are 13 years old. So, you know, they both starting to go through puberty and they don't know what the heck is going on. And, you know, they get really close at the end. I just think it's a really nice book. It's a nice little story. So if you have any nieces, nephews, cousins, sisters, brothers, even kids, if, you know, you got kids yourself, or you could just buy it just to support. It's $10 and you can get it on Amazon for $10. Or you could get an ebook for $9.99. So it's pretty much the same, you know. And, you know, this is the back cover. There's Lisa and Jay's kids. This is the inside of it. I have a nice little dedication page. I'll read the dedication page. So, this is to all of the young boys and girls who are going through puberty and find it uncomfortable to discuss. This is an exciting part of life and there are ways to make it fun. Congratulations on the first part of becoming an adult. You are going to do amazing things in this world. Smiley face. See, the little smiley face at the end. What encouraged me to write this book was just wanting to do something that was marketed towards children, towards young people, and also just to do it honestly. Honestly, was just bored. Because I have a self-help book, like a serious book for adults, but I didn't want to publish that yet because that would have took like a lot more work than writing a children's book. So just to like dip my feet in the water, I just wrote a simple children's book, you know, just to get it out the way. Cause I said I wanted to publish a book, like, so I just did it. And it, honestly, it's not that hard. It's a lot of steps to it. What helped me was Tony Gaskins Academy. So he's like a speaker, an author, life coach, everything. He does everything. And the course is called Birth Your Book. The course was like $40 or something. He has like sales going on. You can find it at like TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. So that's what really helped me go like step by step with publishing the book. So, you know, take the course if you can, or if you want to just, you know, wing it and just, you know, do it on your own, then you also can, or just look some stuff up on Google. But I recommend taking any course that you can, especially if it's affordable, because you don't want to make any mistakes, and you know, you just want to make it easier for yourself. Even though there are some mistakes that I made in this book, it's very minimal, so it's not that big of a deal. Anything that you want to do, you know, I recommend taking a course on it or something like that. Just type in Lisa and Jay Begin to Grow. Or you can just type in Aaliyah Clark. I don't know if it'll pop up if you just type in the author's name, but I don't know, just type it in. And I'm also gonna drop the link in the description. Like, I'm really excited about it. Like, I'm trying to like tone it down a little bit, but like this is like really my baby. I've been working on this for, I wanna say like 6 months, which it didn't take that long, honestly, probably like 6 or 7 months. Like, it don't take that long if you're consistent about it. You know, since it's a children's book, it don't take as long as a 200 page novel to publish. This video, you know, is to talk about my book, to explain it and why I did it, why I wanted to, and also to just encourage anybody that if it's something that you want to do, all you have to do is do it. Because it's not, honestly, the way I feel about things, nothing is that big of a deal. Because if you really take the time to sit there and look at the steps that you have to take to do it, you can get it done. It might take a lot of time, it might take a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, like, the way I think about it is if I see other people do it, then that means that I can do it too. That means that it's not impossible. And even if you haven't seen anybody else do it, you can still do it. This book is actually dear to my heart. Like, when I first seen it, almost brought tears to my eyes. Almost, but honestly, just because it's my first book, I think any author would feel that way about their first book, or really anything. Like, not just authors, but anybody with the first project that they have, they, feel really excited about it. And I felt that way when I first started my blog. Like, not this blog, but my blog, when I had like my whole website and everything, but it's not up anymore. This is the last page of it, and I would say that the last page has it has pretty much the message that I'm trying to get across. And that's just that for any of the children that are going through puberty and that are essentially becoming adults, young adults, I know that it's a difficult process, and I know that you're going to make a lot of mistakes in that process, but that does not shape your whole life, and it won't shape your whole life. Puberty is the first step to becoming an adult, and there are things that are going to happen to your body and in your life that you don't have any control over. It's going to affect your mental health, and it's going to affect the decisions that you make. But that's when you get to the point in life where you have to ask for adult advice, because I know it may seem like, oh, well, adults don't know anything, they're just so judgmental, always telling me what to do, but they really do. Like, I'm still at a point in my life where I still would want to ask an adult for their help, even though I'm an adult myself. And I think that it's really important that you start to reach out for help, and don't try to take things on by yourself, because it really gets dangerous when you step into that territory of no one cares about me, no one loves me. And even though you might feel like that because of your circumstances in life, I can promise you that that's not the case, because I love everybody and I care about everybody, even though I may not know them, but I want what's best for everybody. And there are a lot of people, there are millions, billions of people that are, that want the best for everyone in the world. So don't ever feel like you're alone. You can always reach out to somebody, whether it be your mom, dad, a counselor, your auntie, uncle, maybe it be your big sister, anybody. And this book is not really like that sentimental, like I'm making it. It's not that serious. It's a fun little kid's book, but the message in it, the message within it is just saying that you're not alone when you're going through puberty. I know, like, through the ages of like 12, maybe even 11 and 13 and 14, that's when people start to get into some bad things, especially where I come from. They might want to join a gang or something at that young age, and I'm not over exaggerating. They might want to start being promiscuous. They might want to start, like, pretty much liable to do anything because of the changes that they're feeling and the hormones. And then if you don't have the proper support from your family or friends, then that's when things can get ugly, because you're just acting off of emotions. And that's why I say talk to an adult that's sensible, talk to an adult that you respect. And if you don't have that kind of adult in your life, you should really try to find one. And if you can't find one, then unfortunately you might have to be that adult. Some people have to grow up really early, and it's not fair, but sometimes that's just how the world is. Like, aside from puberty, just becoming an adult in general, like 17, 18, 19, 20, those ages are really crucial in your life, because that's when you're going to make the most mistakes, I believe, or at least the most impulsive mistakes. As you age, as you mature, and which age has nothing to do with maturity, so let me just take that back. Once you mature, you're going to start rationalizing the decisions that you make. And I know that at a young age, being rational might not be that important. It might just be something that's in the moment. But I'm letting you know now that that's not the best route to go down. And while, the book is aimed towards children who are going through puberty, it can be for any age, honestly. Like, we have like so many categories that books can go into, but it's really for any age. And this message is for any age as well. You can be, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, and this message can still mean something to you, because we're going to make mistakes throughout our whole life, and we're going to need to reach out for help and reach out for advice throughout our whole lives. So, don't ever feel like you're too good to ask for help, or like no one cares, or like you're just alone, because that's never the case. It never will be the case, and life will always show you that that's not the case. life will always show you that you have someone, and life will always show you that you should always stay humble. While you should be confident, still stay humble, because there's no reason to be arrogant. Being arrogant does nothing for you, and feeling like you're above asking for help does nothing for you. And that's pretty much the message that I wanted to get across today. This is like a really short video. It's mainly focused on my book, and yeah, I think that I've said everything that I wanted to say. And once again, you know where to buy it. It's on Amazon.com. I have 2 author's copies. I think I'm just gonna keep them. But this is what it looks like. It's 6x9. Okay, the message that I want to leave off on is for everyone to do something that they will be proud of. Wake up in the morning and work towards something that you're actually excited to work on. Like, I know we have the mundane things that we have to do, whether it be like school and work and, you know, taking care of kids. But in between those things, do something that gets you excited. Do something that feels like a challenge to you. Do something that feels like it may be impossible. You know, do something that feels like it's a little bit of a stretch for you. Do something that makes you happy. And if the mundane things make you happy, then that's great. But if they don't give you that sense of excitement, like if it doesn't give you that feeling of excitement when you're about to go to sleep the night before, like, you know, like when you have a big day ahead of you, like, you know that feeling when you're about to go to sleep and, you know, like tomorrow is the first day of school or tomorrow is your birthday or something, like it's almost like you can't sleep. That's the feeling that you need to have about whatever project you're working on. And, you know, while writing this book was sometimes tedious, sometimes it was annoying, sometimes, you know, there were days that I didn't even, you know, focus on it, just being so busy with other things. But it still gave me a sense of excitement, and it gave me, honestly, a sense of hope just to see the steps getting approved and moved along. It was really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, towards the end, actually getting it published and everything, because you have to make sure that everything is in order. And that was pretty much the hard part, because writing it was not hard at all. It's getting through the technicalities that were hard. And I guess that's with anything, you know, you may have a talent, but you have to know how to apply that talent in the real world. You have to know how to push that talent out to the rest of the world. And in the society that we live in, you're gonna have to go through a lot of technicalities with anything that you do. So just make sure that you learn everything. That's why I say that I recommend everyone taking a course on doing anything, or getting a trainer, getting a mentor. It doesn't have to be a course. So, you know, just get help, pretty much is what I'm saying. Don't try to do it by yourself. I'm not minimizing anyone. I'm just saying that it's best to get help, because as human beings, we're not meant to do things alone. If we were meant to do things alone, then there would not be billions of us on the earth. There's a reason why there are a lot of us here. And there's a reason why we have family and friends and everything. So whatever you're doing, make sure it gets you excited. Make sure that it's gonna add, you know, a positive impact on the world. And even if it's not, if it makes you happy, I think that's a positive impact enough. Just start working on something. Start working towards your goals in life. And if you're already doing that, then that's great. Congratulations, because that means that you're, you know, working towards building the life that you want to have, the kind of future that you want to have. And even when you get there, the work still does not stop. You still have to do things to add to your life. You still have to work. You still got to do whatever you got to do. So don't ever get lazy. Don't ever get complacent. And don't ever feel like you're above asking for help. And always do something that makes you happy. You know, aside from the mundane things, you know, find something that makes you happy, even if it's a hobby like swimming or riding a bike or reading or anything. You know, just do something that makes you happy. You know, I think we need more happy people in the world. I just think that's, you know, an ideal world to live in. So that's all that I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to purchase your copy of Lisa and Jay, Begin to Grow, on Amazon, Amazon.com. Or you can go to Kindle if you want the ebook version, which I think, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer if people bought the ebook version. For one, because, you know, it saves paper, and because it saves time. You can get it immediately with the Kindle version. And, you know, I offered a paperback version because, you know, it's my first book, but only $10. So with shipping and handling, maybe that'll come out to $13-14, which is kind of steep for a children's book, but I think it's a good cause to support. So yeah, just go ahead and purchase you a copy for yourself or for any kids that you have in your life that you want to read it and lecture to. Or, you know, maybe show them this video, you know, whatever works for you, just as long as you support. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everybody.